Let's do it. So, how have your games been going since the last time we were chatting?
Better, that's for sure. I've left some oopsie moments sometimes, getting really paranoid about jungle. So sometimes do not even taking the fight or not even trying to 2v2. If
Hmm.
I know if there is a chance that jungle is bot or mid is bot, I'm not taking the fight.
Yeah,
I started to play a lot of Draven. It's going
perfect.
well. Uh, Start playing some Kai'Sa as well.
Perfect.
I'm having fun with it. I have problem with
That's
the outrange and stuff, but I'm working on it. I saw there was one coaching session of yours, it was a Kai'Sa Fiddlestick against Nam against like Varus something
yeah,
else like double range bot lane,
yeah,
and that helped me out a bit with how to trade and stuff.
yeah. Using the fog from the bushes and
Yeah,
the
using
Halo Blades timer and things like that, right?
yeah, exactly.
Of course. Alright, well that sounds good, yeah. So, yeah, I remember last time we were talking, it was like trying to figure out the best time to recall. It was something
Yeah,
that was important for us. And yeah, jungle tracking and then playing out the 2v2 and thinking about our goals. At what
yeah,
timer should we be basing and what should we be buying and what does that then mean for the lane state?
yeah,
Okay, so let's have a look at this game, right? So we're
yeah.
playing Draven, Draven Milio versus Kai'Sa Sonar. I like at the start so far, you... Okay.
Wait, you don't have a stream by the way.
Ah, perfect. My apologies. I should probably do that, right?
Yeah,
That would be useful. Alright, can you see?
yeah, I can.
Okay, so what I want to ask you first is how do you see the first three waves going out and what's your plan for the lane?
Okay, I think like our lane is easier to play. I can play aggressive. However, I don't want to push too much because I want to be
Okay,
able to trade.
so explain
Uh,
to me what does a good trade look like for you?
auto for auto in case I'm trading with Kai'Sa. Like so, try to trade when she has no Q
Right.
or when I have Minion Shield.
Yep.
Because I am afraid of using E on me, and my trade would be my Yaxado with to Kai'Sa with
Yeah.
Meteor Shield, and trade back I will get Sona Q, Kai'Sa Q, and now Kai'Sa auto attack.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
in that moment, I would just trade.
I like your analysis. So basically, in how I see the Draven Kai'Sa matchup is, if possible, you should avoid her auto Q in isolation. But if it's split
Yeah.
between minions, usually it's okay.
Okay.
And the most important thing as Draven is try to get 2 auto attacks off for auto Q.
Okay.
So in a case where Kai'Sa's positioning is slightly too far up, and particularly once you get level 2 and you have W, it's much easier to get that second auto off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So at the start of the lane, this is very good. You're spacing her Q. Now, Kai'Sa just used Q, right?
Yeah.
What do you know the cooldown?
8 seconds.
8 seconds. So let's see what you do for the next 8 seconds.
Not just Q up.
So she got every single, like, I mean, she missed this one, but she got all 3 CS when she wasted her Q. Where should you have
Yeah.
been positioned as soon as she
Okay.
used Q?
Uh, we need, I don't know if I should stay near Milio because I'm still afraid of like Sona damage.
You're afraid
'Cause
of level 1 Sona damage.
no, not like in I'm afraid of losing too much HP.
So, how many Qs from Sona would it take to push you out of the lane?
I don't know, like 10, 15.
10? Yeah,
No,
I'm
I don't know.
thinking
I
like
don't
I'm
even know.
thinking maybe like yeah, 12 to 15.
Yeah,
So I think something that's important also to realize is you have a health pot, you have Milio that's going to level up, worst case she's going to take W, and on top of that, you have full access to the wave, right? So
yeah,
you have your Omnivamp from Doran's Blade, or what did I do? You have Omnivamp from Doran's Blade, and you're always
yeah,
going to have uptime on the wave.
yeah,
So I think the most important thing, right, is when we isolate this condition of this guy using Q, Our
Then we walk
positioning
up.
needs to change.
Yeah.
I think you should be here. You can even step here. But they have a ward, right?
Yeah.
So
That
while his
was
Q's on cooldown, you know, if I was you and I had 2 axes, I would even walk up and just use my barrier, you know? Just
okay.
barrier for 2 autos, you know? Like, for me, when I'm playing Draven, I'm very obsessed about the lane condition.
Yeah.
I just want to get, as soon as I've isolated that this guy's damage is now, like, I now have a winning trade in my head, I really want to abuse that. And when you're playing Draven, it's all about your positioning.
I'm playing passive to passive.
And let me ask you another question, right? So now Kai'Sa has no auto Q. So what does a winning trade look like when you're trading against Sona?
One other for like one other mine probably 4
Yeah, I
autos for
think
players.
one auto for Sona's auto Q. I think maybe you lose out slightly, but she goes on cooldown. So if you get a second auto off, you for sure win. Yeah, I could be wrong about this, but I think level 1 that sounds correct in my head.
Yeah, I don't know this Sona cooldowns though.
Yeah.
It's so rare that I play against Sona. Also, I have no clue on how to like in this situation where I auto attack the minion. Should I walk up? Should I walk? Where do I stand still?
This is exactly what I was about to talk about. I'm glad that you mentioned this. So for me, I think the most important thing is that you try to keep your axe in this line.
Okay.
So you don't really want it here because this guy might be able to auto Q you. But if you go back here, then these guys get positioning on your supports. So the best case for you is either you keep it neutral or maybe slightly back. Something like that. So this input here ends up cooking your axe quite hard.
Yeah, fucks me.
Now it's kind of okay, right? Like if Milio doesn't make a mistake, nothing really happens. But you see the actual outcome of this, right? Like your support doesn't realize from here that you made a mistake. He walks up, tries to trade for some reason, loses 40% of his HP. But I think it's okay. Okay. Now, this one, I want to, again, highlight that when Milio takes a bad trade, 6 seconds from now, Kai'Sa's Q's up.
Yeah.
Is it 6? I feel like it's 8.
I think it's 8. It's 8.
I feel like it's 8, right? So at 201, right?
Yeah.
So at 201, let's see what happens. So this next axe, where should it go?
Probably for I don't know, because Kai'Sa Q is up again.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a line, right?
Probably on the left, like on left. So I can
this, right?
I can space the Kai'Sa. Yeah, so I can space the Kai'Sa.
I agree. Because Kai'Sa's next minion that she will need to kill is actually here. So what you can do is you can actually take an aggressive path here, and if she tries to go for this, you can cross the line. Otherwise, you just keep bullying this Sona 1v1.
Yeah.
And that's your like 1v2ing the lane, right? So this one, you're walking back with still 100% HP plus shield. I think we could go for an extra 1 or 2 autos, you know?
Yeah.
I think you're not abusing your positioning as hard as you could, right? And then now, so why do you start hitting the wave so hard here? What's your plan?
Because Kai'Sa Q kinda mess the wave, and afraid of them getting level 2, and but I think we win, right?
So imagine you're in a scenario, right? Imagine you're in a scenario where Kai'Sa uses her Q to try to level up, right?
Yeah.
If you realized here that Kai'Sa's playing for level 2, what should you do? Because she needs to kill 2 minions, right?
Yeah. I attack this minion and then I just go on the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, so there's a concept, right? And it's like when you're behind in wave experience, but you're actually stronger than them currently, instead of trying to equalize the wave, you should just hit them. Because Kai'Sa needs to kill these 2 minions, and in the time that she kills these 2 minions and levels up, you will have taken so much of her condition that she can no longer fight at level 2.
Yeah, and I think even if they get level 2 in some ways, and they
right, they're going to be very chunked. Yeah, of course, and then you're going to level up, right? And something very interesting to note is if she decides to play for the push, right? You get a good trade on her, and then she can't continue fighting, what happens to the wave?
I freeze it.
She is completely screwed. Because the wave is frozen on your side, she can't push out without jungle. And if for whatever reason the enemy jungler does 3 camps and comes to help them push out, Kane's gonna get 3 topside camps, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he did 3 camps. Anyways, you'll get your teammate to lead if the jungle has to help them push out. And maybe you can even 2v3 them. So the point is, Kai'Sa, Sona probably shouldn't have prio in this lane. And how you can punish them is by looking to take their HP bar instead of trying to equalize. Whereas right now you're trying to equalize. Hey, let's get level 2, let's get level 2, let's get level 2. And now we trade. Okay, and now I'm going to be very critical. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when should you use W?
Or when I want to close them.
Yeah. So, in this specific scenario, when should you use W?
Like when I'm walking up, I think. Like I think when I'm walking up to Kai'Sa for putting a ward on and trade.
Okay.
Because she's forced to get one out on the minion.
Yeah, correct.
I feel like.
So the timing is good, but the execution is not, and I'll show you why. So you see now, you press W and it's on cooldown, right?
Yeah.
But
and now I don't have the buff of the W.
If you W now, then your W refreshes before the axe.
Yeah.
So you could get effectively 2 Ws here. Good Draven players always W before they catch the axe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you could get 2 Ws worth of movement speed off here. Now it's a bit cringe that you lost vision. Your champ's a bit OP, so you end up getting a decent trade. Now, when Kai'Sa uses her Q, I think you should barrier, just so you know.
Yeah, I was thinking about the W.
Or you should barrier the plasma stack. Just want to make sure you get full effective value. Now, I think, personally, I'm not a huge fan of the ward here. I think in the case that we are up 1 level, like they need 1 more creep and you can really extend the trade, I quite like it. But the thing is, Kane's about to finish his 3rd camp. To be honest, because it's a double range support matchup, it's like kind of hard to get ganked. I'm not sure who the enemy jungler is. But just keep in mind that it's a ward timer now, after 3 camps. And we're making it volatile when our jungler is pathing away, okay?
Yeah.
And we're not making it volatile in the sense that we're winning 60% their HP and they're winning 20% of ours. It's like 55-40 right now. 55-40. Something like that, you know? 55-35, sorry. Okay, very nice. Very nice. I like the way you're abusing Milio's W. Super good. I like this. Okay, what should you do with this wave right now?
Really slow push. Wait for the minion. Wait
right.
For to walk up and then poke them.
So let's run through the scenario, right? So if you fast push this wave, can you dive them?
No.
So what should you
do? Is either push it and get a reset off instantly, or just wait. Do not auto attack. Just
when do you want to base on Draven?
Like on BF, if I can. If I can't go on BF.
Let's run through the scenario right now where you don't push this wave, because the strongest argument to pushing this wave is that you deny them something while they're recalling, right? So if you decide to let this wave come here, maybe you pull it a little bit and you try to make a mini freeze or slow push to you.
Yeah.
Then people would say, hey, but like then these guys can base when their condition is bad, right? If we push, then we lock them in lane. Now, the thing is, if Kai'Sa goes back to base, right, she's going to miss out on a lot of experience. And she's going to come back to the lane maybe with a Carl, I guess, if she's CSing decent. Maybe she has a Carl or a longsword, something like that.
Yeah.
Which it's probably not going to change the condition of the lane if you're up experience, right? Like she can't suddenly start destroying you now. Also, by the time that she comes back, your jungle's going to be on bot side. Or it's getting close, right?
Yeah.
So for me, right now, your condition is not bad enough that you need to base, right? If you stay here and slow push, you're going to regenerate like probably half of both, something like that.
Yeah.
Because you get one health back a second, right?
Yeah, plus me EUW.
Yeah, so, but the issue with this is when we hard push, there's two problems. The first one is that we're susceptible to a gank. And the second thing is, Kai'Sa gets all of this experience. And the last thing is, if you push this out and then base, you get 2 longswords, you know? It's like, yeah, it's okay, but like, I'm probably building Bloodthirster, you know? You could go Dirk if you want, but like, for me, I think Bloodthirster is very good here. So Kai'Sa gets so much free experience now. You're scared of jungle. We see him. Perfect. We respect. I think in this case, you could have exploded your game set a bit more. But Kai'Sa ended up getting way too much free experience.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think a problem that I've seen a lot of Draven players have when I play against them is that their wave management is not crispy. They tend to overpush waves because they want to keep their axes stacked. Yeah. So what the good Draven players do is they actually, when they want to keep their, so they're slow pushing, right? But they want to keep their axes, right?
Yeah.
They don't actually hit the front minions. Either they try to trade here or they try to hit the back without killing any of them. Because the way that the waves settle, these back minions don't die. So as long as you just keep them on low health, they will keep pumping damage and keep neutralizing the wave. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Perfect. Okay, so let's keep looking. So their condition's super bad bot. You're like, hey, I want to kill these guys, but enemy jungle's bots.
I missed the I W, then I missed the X.
Yeah, I see. That's fine. Happens. So here,
I either way auto attack the Kai'Sa.
It's like I have, yeah, it's like as long as you see the angle, we don't have to talk about it too much, right? But in my opinion, this gank is a bit illegal. You have Melio Q, you have your E. This Vi's Q will never connect. And this Kai'Sa, if she gets hit by your E, I think she has to flash.
Yeah.
Maybe not because of Sona's MS. Maybe not. She at least has to use some sumps. I like this. You're wasting the time. This is good, right? And now I think it's good to push. Oh dear. So I understand why you base here, right? Because you're trying to deny Kai'Sa more, but we don't have our BF, you know? I think it would have been better here to either full push out or at least make sure you get BF gold.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So you end up denying Kai'Sa, right? And like on other champions, I really like this wave management, right? That you base and you let all these minions die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like it too much on Draven. Because I really wish you had BF on your level 6 timer, right? Because it's usually a one shot.
I fucked up here. Yeah, I should have flashed here, but I didn't flash. But she dies. And then I didn't AV, so I will flash.
I think it's fine. Like, she died anyways.
I got...
here you mean.
Yeah, I will end up flashing for it. I want to get the stacks off. I really want to try, but I fucked up.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah. So, yeah, obviously decisions like this on Draven are super, super bad for your game, right? So the thing is, like, for me, I don't want you to feel rushed to cash in, okay? There's really no rush. If we continue laning, right? 2v2.
We win.
At some point, right, the bot lane's going to get low, and either you're going to get a plate, you're going to get a CS lead, or they're going to overstay, you're going to hit level 6, and you're going to get a kill, okay? So in this scenario, we're not accounting for enough information. Even here, I wouldn't recommend flashing in. You can do it. Maybe you cash in, and maybe you outplay. But as soon as this guy dies, it's fine. Everything's fine. If you see an angle to kill like 2 of them, 3 of them, or you think it's a winning fight, go for it, man. I'm not going to tell you not to. But I think like Draven players usually also feel quite rushed to cash in, but there is no rush. Just play with the wave. Once you get like 250 stacks, you're going to completely one-shot someone when you have BF.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue. Let's see what happens. Because basically, like, once you cash in, you're winning even harder. But right now, before you die, you're still you're in a crazy winning state right now. Just because of the nature of your matchup.
Yeah.
So you don't actually need the cash in to exert pressure right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, just the fact that I access with stacks
Right.
is pressure.
Well, with stacks, without stacks, but the point is, like, you already smashed these guys. So getting a kill and then getting, maybe some more items, maybe a pickaxe or something, you will start winning harder, yes, but we're already in a winning state, you know. So what that means is we shouldn't have a high level of risk. Because if you increase your risk, right? Risk.
Yep.
You can also increase the volatility of the outcome. Do you know what I mean by volatility?
Yeah, yeah.
So when you're playing Draven and you're in a winning state, which is most of the time, you should actually reduce your risk and
Okay.
reduce your variance or volatility. And wait for the perfect moment. Now, when you're on Draven, right? And let's say you cash in, okay? Let's say you just cash in. Oh my god, what did I do? So you just cash in. Cash in.
Yeah.
Right? So you have 0 stacks and you have a BF sword. Now, Psycho. Go full Psycho mode. Because now, if you die, the amount that you're losing is a lot less. So when you're lower on stacks, you can actually increase your risk taking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But I really want to hammer in, if you're going to play Draven, the mentality of, like, you're not in a huge rush to cash in.
Yeah.
Set up the perfect wave state, get the level 6, get your stacks, and someone will just die. They will just run it down against you. But then also, like, the things that we're talking about the first 3 waves and taking all their HP, you can play Draven in that sense too, you know? Just make the lane super volatile, try to kill them level 2 every game, because it works, you know? But, yeah, same thing, same story, you know?
Yeah.
We need to slow push this wave more often. They're just getting way too much free experience and free farm, right?
Yeah.
Nice try, let's see. Okay, I have a question for you. What should you do right now on the map?
Dive the Kai'Sa.
Maybe it's doable, maybe not, because you used your ults. If you didn't use your ult, and I wouldn't suggest cross-map ulting unless... what's the word? Basically...
If I have insurance to have
So,
to kill,
I don't
like,
mind cross-map
by your
ulting,
chance.
right? I don't mind cross-map ulting. But I think you need to visualize the scenario out better. This guy, you're never going to kill with your ult, right? He's going to die before it's there. That's just 100%.
Yeah.
And this guy has R2. So he could R2 this way and kill this guy. He could R2 this way and kill this guy.
Yeah.
If he goes this way, right, Sinch is not going to die to his R2. So the safest way for Akali to go is actually left. And so then you end up thinking about your Draven ult. It's like, it's here because this guy is impossible to kill. And when I look at this scenario, I don't see an angle where you get a kill. I just don't see it. But maybe when someone's recalling here, or the fight is like on grubs right here, and they're at like 60% HP, and you're throwing it to influence the fight and maybe cash in, I can see it, right?
Yeah.
But Sona shows mid here.
Yeah.
Which means the last thing we should be doing right now is recalling. Either take a plate, push the next wave, try to dive Kai'Sa, try to take some HP from her. Do something, you know? Sona cannot show mid and the enemy ADC gets to push out for free. I think that's too much. Okay, you had a kill angle there. Did you see it?
Yeah, on Sona.
What was the problem, or what did you not do?
I did one out on Kai'Sa and I didn't press R. And I didn't press E.
I think E is the most important thing here,
Yeah.
and you need to cast it here. Because basically how Draven E works, you know, it goes like on the edge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I did it wrong. Like this, right?
Yeah.
So, wait, did I do it correctly? No, it knocks them out. Sorry. It's the other way. Sorry, I'm griefing. My example looks awful. I'm not a good artist. If I E here and you knock her into the wall,
she's dead.
She's dead. Because the thing is, I'm not sure if she has flash or not, right? I'm not sure. But if she has if she has flash, basically you can get her into like a kill threat just with your orders, and then you can use your ult in a predictive manner. If she has no flash, she's dead 100%. She's dead here without using her E if she has no flash, right? One more auto plus ult, she's dead. But my point is, you can checkmate her if she has flash. If you play good, like very well here, and you knock her into the wall, you can get her into a scenario where you kill her just with orders, and then you ult to where you think she'll flash. And that's you playing really good League of Legends. Right?
Yeah.
And then, my question here is, why take the ward now?
Because I'm afraid of the Vi.
So right now, are you afraid of Vi if she comes bot right now when their bot lane's in this condition? You have Milio ult, you have barrier, you have ults.
Yeah.
I think no. I think you're not scared.
Yeah,
you know who I think you're scared of? This guy. Because Akali, Xerath is topside, Akali's going to push this mid wave, and then Akali's going to move down bot river.
Yeah.
So effectively now we are on a timer. So you have this wave to push and squeeze and look to ult or try to get a kill or whatever. But as soon as Akali goes here, you have to respect again.
Yeah.
So I think your threat assessment here was incorrect, right? I think the Vi is not scary right now. With their condition, I think you can 2v3 them. Akali ends up staying mid and doesn't do her job. Vi ends up being topside. It is what it is. So I think it's another scenario here, right? I need you to visualize how are we killing this Sona. I'm pretty sure she has no flash, by the way, but I want you to visualize it. Play it out to me. How does she die here?
Auto E, auto ult. She does, probably.
Okay.
Because that counter stack.
Play it out, right? If you're Sona, what would you do?
Play behind the Kai'Sa. Like,
sure, but think about abilities too, not just positioning.
I mean, if she wants to take a fight, she can just ult me.
She would ult, right? But you have melee ult.
Yeah.
And you have full HP plus barrier. So here, this backclick, I don't understand. It's fine to take some tower shots. It's fine.
Okay.
You have melee W, you have barrier, you have Vamp Scepter for the next wave.
Yeah, I'm afraid of taking them.
Like here, when Sona walks into your range here. One more. Maybe there's no kill angle, right? Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe.
But you can pressure them way harder right now.
If I had BF, yeah.
Like this clicks so far back, you know? This one.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, if you had BF, it's a kill angle. But anyways.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Ult Master. Very nice. I like it. Any emotes? No emotes. Sucks. Same thing here. What should you do right now?
All in the Kai'Sa.
Just
forward.
trade a bit heavier, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you trade with her, right? And then you hit this wave, the trade ends up being better for you. Even if you take an isolated Q now, like if she can't all in you, then you're just going to heal up off the wave.
Yeah.
It's worse for Kai'Sa, right?
Yeah. 1-3 seconds of BT.
Okay, let's check the wave. Okay, personally, I think it's fine. I think the base is fine. I don't like that you lose so many minions, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because what you could do is you could push one more. Actually, I think you have to stack these waves, by the way. I think this one you need to stack with the next one and then base.
Yeah, so
Because
slow push.
because the
And
issue is if you crash here, right, and the next one is non-cannon, you will lose this full wave if they hard push. So basically your base timer, I want you to start thinking about basing when the next wave coming in is cannon. The one that they have to push is cannon.
yeah,
Yeah. And then I don't know where this dive angle comes from them. This is like super weird. And then Zerat ends up defending bot. Like this looks so weird. Okay. Sona has flash, right?
Yeah.
So what do you need to do before she flashes?
E.
Yeah, apply your slow, right?
Yeah.
I think she's dead if you apply the slow. Maybe. She has swiftness boots. Maybe she gets a spell off. Maybe not. But the point is, if you know she's gonna flash, yeah, try to apply your CC before.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this guy one shots you.
Yeah. I didn't take into account the fact that he one shots me.
No, I mean, you're alive somehow. He comboed pretty good too. That was nice.
Yeah, BT. I tried to
Yeah.
dodge it. Didn't.
I think as well, like, maybe you can take this fight a bit more confidently if you have E, because if he E1s you, you can cancel his E2. But it's a bit of a mind
Yeah.
game, you know? I think getting hit by his E is the biggest problem. Because E2 does so much damage on Akali. But you have BT and barrier, so it's nice. Oh,
And I died. Yeah, she has E backup.
yeah. So I think, again, like, it's another one of these scenarios where it's like, you're playing such a high risk game, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing the outcome, right? It's like, okay, you kill this guy. So, like, if you kill this guy, you're gonna come back from base with maybe a pickaxe, I guess. It doesn't really
Yeah.
change your buy by too much. I mean, here obviously, if you go back and you get crit cloak, it's a bit cringe, you know. But I don't like in this entire VOD the amount of risk that you're taking when you have a bad condition.
Yeah.
Like the dragon fight going in, I think it was a bit risky. Playing the wave management, I think we need to slow push more often. And then, like, when we use our ult up here, I think it's too risky. Like, I think we need to play for our individual condition better. But then, when we have full HP, full resource, we need to trade a bit more aggressively. Like, extend the trade. So it's actually interesting, like, you're playing too aggressively at the wrong moments and too passively at the right moments. Does that make sense? Are you seeing that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think, like, a small change in your mindset on these timers is going to make a huge difference to your gameplay. So we end up going mid now. Nice. I like that you hold your ults. It's good. What does Vi need to do right now?
Kill Milia.
So effectively, Vi can't hit you.
Yeah.
So why are we clicking back? Right? We should click.
Yeah.
We should click forwards. And maybe you could have saved her if you blocked the Q. Okay. Now you're in a pretty good position again. We have Zerat, so it's not that easy for us to go mid lane. I think it's better that you're side lane this game. Okay, let's watch this sequence out. Kali's mid. I think here I could be a bit critical of your camera control. Like, you don't really know what's going on here. But we just saw Kali R1 on the minimap.
Yeah, I saw this one there, and then I saw
Yeah.
like people dashing on the other side. So
Nice. Okay. Outcome's pretty good. We do dragon. Go bots. I think we should break this turret.
yeah, Milia was right, and Milia dies for it, and I die for it as well. Like I will die for it later, I think, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think it's nice because it's first tower. I think we have a timer here. The only things we have to be mindful of when we're hitting this is TPs, but I think we're fine. Because the problem is, right, if you don't break it, now you have to reopen bot side.
Yeah.
Like to break it, you know, and you want to be the one getting the golds. for first turret. So I think the ideal scenario is
Push this, take turret, go back to
yeah.
mid.
You know, maybe we don't have tempo to kill Dragon, to be honest. Yeah, if like if I was reviewing this game with my team, I would say ignore Dragon, push out bot, break bot turret, push the next wave, and then open top side and play this area fast.
Okay.
That's what I would say, but it's a bit hard to see. But yeah, I think you should stay and kill this, but you can't push the next wave, which means that if you can't push the next wave, that your bot turret's gonna die. If anyone opens
Yeah.
bot, they can just push and take it. But I think that's just what happens right now. Maybe it doesn't matter that much because you already have item. Not sure, but Milio should definitely not die here. I think you're dead here, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I understand. I understand that you
Akali,
feel really pressured to break this turret. I get it. But yeah, it's just not your time to play aggressive. We didn't get the mid wave. So yeah, we just have to read the map state better here.
and Consider here was like playing mid perma, so it was really hard for me to go mid.
Yeah, well the thing is with champions like Anivia, Zerath, Ziggs, like they don't really want to go side lane, you know. So I think in
Yeah.
these games, if you're switched on and you understand side laning, it can be good for you. It can be good for your team for you to stay on side a bit.
Yeah, do it when I play Vayne mostly. Like
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I think this death is very, very hard. Like makes the game very, very hard now. So I think like a couple scenarios in the team fights, I feel like you're a little disconnected from your team, right? On that
Yeah.
dragon one here, you're thinking about flashing in. On the next dragon one, you'll end up flanking the Sonar. Like you're not participating in the fight from an angle where you're safe. Like right now, you're flanking an Akali, you know,
Yeah.
from your teammate's
And
position. It looks weird,
yeah.
you know. Did it feel weird?
Yeah, it does feel weird. Because
So
I didn't want to play. I didn't want to play it. Like I didn't
right.
want to fight it.
So if you want to join this fight, right, you have two options. The first one is push the mid wave
Go back.
and don't join, or you have to join from this pocket.
Yeah.
But so the fight position is cooked, right? Like you're kind of screwed already. But from here, whoa, it looks so hard to play. You know, you must feel
Yeah.
a bit annoyed at your teammates. But sometimes as well, visualizing just all right, this fight looks cooked. Just push the mid wave. Can't help. Sorry. Because usually
Then
in a
you
fight
go
like this
back.
as well, Vi will end up using ults to kill one of these guys. Like Vi would probably ult this guy, right? And so if you're just a bit more patient, maybe for the
I can
next
play.
like 1 minute you could play more aggressively even though your teammates died. But yeah, it's actually quite hard to play Draven against Vi or Kali. You have to play quite well. Looking at some mid lane stuff, mid game stuff. Nice try.
No, it's just for the fight. Like I do.
Yeah,
The
that's
thing is,
crazy that he
I
TPs.
have this for Jinx. Like when I play Jinx mostly or Ash.
Yeah.
I just ult in the fight if I'm not there and hope I do some damage and helps the fight out.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Can you defend this bot tier 2?
No, I can't.
So what should you do right now?
Push mid tower.
Yeah, that's one option. What's another option?
Try to join the fight.
I think that one's better because you don't know if Kali has teleport or not. There are wards right here.
Yeah, Kali will end
If you
up
hit this,
teleport.
she'll TP and kill you. So you can't hit mid turret, which means that you need to join the top side fight because you cannot save bot. And if you go bot, she'll probably smash you, but it's beside the point.
Kali will TP and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, we just need to move to the fight here. So I think, like, and we've seen this multiple times this game. When your condition is super high HP, I want you to be a bit more cocky.
Okay.
I think here you could really montage a bit. You still have flash, you know? You could
Yeah.
play super aggressively, flash over the Akali E, and just go, you know? So in the moments where you're full HP and strong, I want you to just play it as confidently as humanly possible. I just want you to go
Yeah, but
and send it.
so I should send it on Kai'Sa.
I just want you to play this situation out as aggressively as you can. In the sense of, I don't think you're gonna win all the time or lose or it's the perfect scenario, but I want you to practice playing aggressively when you're strong. Because if you play out this scenario confidently, I think you could maybe quadra kill them. I see it. So auto, and you have choices now. I would probably go this way and kite into Garen, and then Kai'Sa feels pressure to auto, and then I would switch to her. That's probably
Yeah,
what I
because I
would
know
do.
Kai'Sa dies in 3 auto attacks here.
Right? But you could also go this way. You just need to pick one edge to go so that you're either not taking damage from him or not taking damage from them.
Yeah.
Right? So the threat is minimized. But
Yeah,
this
also,
click.
Akali scares me. Yeah.
But you have barrier, flash, Milio Q.
Yeah.
This guy's not that scary in this scenario. I think this input, right? Like the one I'm super critical of is this, and then this.
Yeah, I do that for catching access. I just go back and then press S.
But I think you just go forward.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to catch every axe to win the fight as well. Good Draven players, sometimes they'll even put the axe forward. People will kite into them and they kite back. They lose one axe, it's fine. The fight's not completely lost here, you know? And it's unlucky that he has barrier, sure, but like I think this is a moment where you probably could have clutched the game, you know?
Yeah.
And so in a moment, right, where let's think about that scenario where you're pushing out bot turret and you die, that's like a silly death in my mind. But this one here, if you die trying to montage this, I wouldn't tell you like, hey, like maybe we could talk about the execution.
Yeah.
But your teammates are all dead, you know?
Yeah.
Your teammates are angry at you for not joining, but honestly, they're kind of griefing you with the positioning. Yeah. And so, like, I really think the story of this game is that you're playing too aggressively at the wrong timers and too passively at the right timers.
Yeah.
That's what I think is the most important thing out of this review. And outside of that, the wave management stuff. Don't automatically hard push the waves, okay? Just don't do it. Try to slow push and build. Try to get your BF. And I think if you calculate these things, it's perfect.
Okay. Like, yeah, it's weird. Like coming from like Jinx, like Ashe.
Yeah.
And my most aggressive champ is Kate. That you play in a different way, right? So you can with Caitlyn. Usually, you kind of want to poke them on the turret, keep the pressure up every time. And I try to play Draven in the same way I play Kate.
Yeah, but actually, what you're saying about Caitlyn is not necessarily true. Because basically, how do I get a? Let's go back to the lane. Okay, so here I actually have a video on my Patreon about this as well, and I'll try to send it to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're playing Caitlyn, right, and same with Ezreal and Karma, skill shot champions.
Yeah.
The reason, yes, and the reason why you need to stack the wave is so that your Q gets maximum value. Because if Caitlyn Q goes through minions, it does less damage, right? Unless they're trapped. If they have headshot marked, it doesn't matter if it passed through minions or not, right? So if they step on a trap, goes through minions, it still does 100% damage of what it should, right? Now, the important thing is that if they don't step on a trap and you Q through the wave, it does way less damage. So the important part is when you're stacking, the reason you stack the wave is so that when you're hitting the turret, this incoming wave is not here. Meaning that you don't have to hit anything and they have to always hit something. So you can focus wholly on harassing them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you push one wave at a time, they have a lot of minions to like get cover behind against Caitlyn or whatever. Then you end up needing to push this next wave. You have less options. Stacking the wave means you have also higher experience because you have like 1.5 waves worth of experience before they catch it. So on a level 6 timer, on a level up timer, maybe you can play for a dive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even on Caitlyn, like you shouldn't just automatically shove waves. You slow push, and then if they try to get experience or XP or gold, you chunk them, and then when they come on the tower, you try to get the finisher off, right?
Yeah.
So maybe next time, maybe you could get a Caitlyn VOD and we could review that too, because I think this wave management stuff is super important for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through today. Do you have any other questions?
Wait. Okay. I
Oh,
have like a lot of problem in